Hello, this is Antonio from Watix. In this video, I will demonstrate how to use condition-based formulas that will help you make a logical test of data using the if function, along with other logical functions such as AND, OR, NOT, true, and false, allowing you to create a basic logical argument of if this, then that. Creating condition-based formula using the if functions or in combination with several other functions enables deeper insight into your performance of your plant or site or building with the addition of specific criteria and conditions. So let's have a look at how that is on the dashboard by taking a particular scenario, which is a town hall. It's Sedini town hall. And in this particular example, I can see here the photovoltaic. So there is a solar panels in this particular building, and there are a number of elements that have been monitored. So the consumption of the lighting, the consumption of the whole site, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now as you can see here is the consumption and the production are within the same are both positive basically. So it's not I mean, one of the two should be negative because one is production and the other one is consumption. So what we are going to do with our formula composer, we are gonna create a new point to understand the consumption that has been effectively consumption that happened in the town hall, what has been produced and what has been sold to the grid. Okay, so we move to the formula composer, and the first thing that we do is to start with for example creating a formula which is the at Sedini. So this will plot me the whole consumption of the site. Okay, and here I have also clicked on photovoltaic, so the red one is the actual photovoltaic. So you can see that the photovoltaic at the moment is contributing to the whole consumption, which is incorrect. So we are going to take this photovoltaic out, and basically we are taking some of this production here out of this graph. So what we can do is I can do minus at photovoltaic and select the photovoltaic of Sedini. So this one now is the actual consumption that happened in the Sedini town hall, taking out the photovoltaic. But as you know, photovoltaic also produce consumption, so we are going to take out another time to take into account the fact that the photovoltaic has produced some energy for the building. If we take out another time, this is what is really happening in the building. In this part, the building has consumed some energy because it was through the night and there was no solar irradiation. During the day, the photovoltaic has covered the consumption and produced some electricity, and during the night, the consumption of the building again went above zero. Okay. Now, what we can do is to track this production. So effectively, this negative part is showing what the site was able to sell back to the grid as production. So what we can do here is to use an if-then-else condition and take out this consumption part overnight to only take into account what the system, what the town hall was able to sell back to the grid. So I start with an if condition. If this formula is less than 0, then plot me Sedini minus 2 times multiply the solar, and otherwise plot me 0. And now here is only the production that I was able to sell to the grid because the town hall was not has not consumed that production. Okay, but it's negative, so I would like to see it in a positive, so I can add a minus at the beginning of my formula, and this is exactly the production that now I was able to export back to the grid. I can click here and create a new point called production exported to the grid, Sedini, and I can include this in my Comune di Sedini, electricity unit kilowatt hour, start of the calculation, for example, the 1st of January 2017, And if I submit this, that will create me a new point that will be added to the town hall, and that will track my production exported to the grid. Now, once I have this point created, then I can even go back to my alert and notification and create a custom alert where I can select my new point, which I haven't created now, but if I had created the point, it would have shown here in the town hall. So I can now see the value or the value against the threshold and create an alert, for example, if my energy exported to the grid is below or above a certain threshold, so it can be alerted by email or SMS about how my production is performing. Okay, I hope you find this interesting and useful. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.